Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. My name is FPL Meerkat and today I've got my Game Week 5 team selection for you guys. But before I get into that, let's have a look at how the team did in Game Week 4. And yeah, it was a pretty rough game week for me. A big red arrow there, not a green arrow. Big red arrow there of about 1.3 million places from 2.3 million to about 3.6 million. Yeah. Rank doesn't matter too much at these early stages, but it's never nice to get a red arrow that's that big. My score of 39 points was just not great, to be honest, and it was for the main reason that I didn't own Erling Haaland. This was the week where it happened, where despite the fact Haaland got a hat-trick in the previous week, him getting a hat-trick this week and basically nobody else getting points was absolutely massive against me. It gave me a huge red arrow there. Just running through the team really quickly. Areola losing his clean sheet was kind of always expected against Fulham. Fulham, though, losing their clean sheet in the last minute of the game was incredibly annoying. I have no idea whether Robinson was on for bonus points in that game, but obviously he would have had at least 6 from the clean sheet. Liverpool losing their clean sheet as well. A huge loss there of points. The first goal they've conceded all season. And, of course, in Game Week 3, when I wildcarded, I chose Robertson over Gabriel, who would have been in my team for this week if I hadn't wildcarded. So that was a huge loss of points there. Yeah, really unfortunate that they conceded. I'm just going to have to hope that they do better for the next one. They didn't give up too many chances to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest just set up really nicely to get them on the counter, and yeah, they ended up getting a goal. Hopefully Bournemouth don't do that in the next game. Salah, captaincy blank, absolutely rubbish. He barely did anything in that Nottingham Forest game, and that is unfortunately the downside with owning someone like Salah over a Haaland. Haaland's going to do badly in only the tough fixtures. If it's a good fixture for Haaland, you can almost guarantee he's going to get something. Salah can just have these blanks. He can get a double-digit haul and then a blank the next week. So not the best from Salah there. Rodgers getting another blank, getting quite frustrated with him. There's not really much I can do, though, at that price point. He's continuing to play all the minutes. He's just somehow not involved in any of the goals directly. He's playing amazingly as well, but yeah, it looks like Onana seems to be a much better pick from Villa at the same price point there. Seems to be getting the points. A bit unfortunate there from Rodgers. Saka getting a return was nice. An assist from a corner and getting a bonus point as well. Nice from him there to tick over. And again, he was only one of 2 returns in my entire side. He hasn't blanked yet, Saka, so really nice from him. Palmer getting a blank. Again, just not really seeing much. It's really paining me that owning all of these good assets aren't covering for the fact I don't have Haaland, because they're all doing rubbish right now. I mean, Salah, Saka, Palmer combined only scoring 12 points, which was less than what Haaland got, is pretty painful. Bumo getting 2 points. I didn't actually play Bumo. I played João Pedro. I got Bumo off the bench. 2 points there. Actually could have really got a return against Man City. They were definitely there to be had. Visser got a return, was just in the right place at the right time with I think it was Stone's mistake, failing to clear it properly. And yeah, he just happened to be the one getting the returns and not Bumo. Visser does look like he's picked up quite a substantial injury. I think he's out for 2 months. So it'll be interesting to see how Brentford's attack changes based on that. Watkins, the absolute hero of my game week. It would have been a horrific game week if it wasn't for Watkins getting 13 points, joining the same score as Haaland and Mateta, who we'll get onto in a little bit. And Muniz getting 1 point. He's not only missing the goal, missing the target, but he's now not even a starter anymore. Jimenez started in his place, got a goal. Yeah, Muniz is absolutely done for me in terms of an asset. Maybe some of you have some confidence in the same way that you might have had in Nkunku, who actually scored this game week. But yeah, Muniz I think is absolutely done for me as an option. I don't know if I'm going to transfer him out right away, but we will get onto that in a little second. So yeah, it was a huge red arrow there. Only 2 returns in the entire side and a captaincy blank was basically the difference. If you captained Haaland, you had a good game week. Doesn't really matter about the other returns. If you captained one of the big players, it was a pretty good week for you. And of course, if you had more than one and one was your captain, then you've had a pretty great week. Moving on to the team, Game Week 5 team. I haven't made a transfer yet. I have got 3 free transfers now. And to be honest, I'm probably going to roll if I can to get 4 free transfers. Apart from Haaland, who does have a tough fixture this game week, there's nobody I'm absolutely desperate to get in right now. And in terms of that starting 11, I'm not too displeased with anyone in there. Areola home at Chelsea could get me some points there. Again, it's annoying that I've got my goalkeeper playing one of my attackers, but I'm just hopeful for some points there, maybe some saves, and Areola's fixtures will come good in the short term soon. So yeah, I'm just going to stick by him, not really use a transfer there, unless I'm going to go to Raya. I'll have to see if I can do that in Game Week 6, but for the meantime, I won't be. Double Liverpool defence, again, still optimistic on that, and Trent and Robertson are still being pretty attacking, so I'm hopeful that I can get something from that. We'll have to monitor Robertson. He didn't start in the Champions League. I believe he was on the bench, though, so he might have just been given a little bit of a rest. I think Diaz as well was given a little bit of a rest. They were quite late on international duty, so I think both of those will be fine for the weekend fixture. I'm currently starting FaZe. He is my favourite, I think, at the moment, between the 3 of him, Robinson and Nedeljkovic. I do think that Everton can very much score a goal, though, is the issue. Nedeljkovic seems to be like a completely pointless asset. He's not playing. If he was playing, I would start him. I think that is probably the better player there, if I can have some kind of hope that he's going to start. And then Robinson does have the attacking output, but Newcastle are definitely the best attack out of the 3 that I've mentioned there in terms of scoring. So there is potential for me to make a transfer for the 4.5 million defence and then get someone for the long term. Obviously, Everton defence has really great fixtures. I have looked at them, like a Mikalenko, but they just haven't been great defensively, have they? I'm just hoping it's going to turn around. If Branthwaite is fit, I think I might really consider it. But right now, just not really going to go there. But yeah, the fixtures are pretty good. So there is potential for me to do that. And Leif Davies from Ipswich, who was kept a clean sheet last week against Brighton, which was a big surprise. But also, he's returned in the last 2 game weeks. I think he's getting in some good positions. And yeah, he just seems to be one of those assets that can tick over like a Doherty last season. Certainly going to be very similar as an asset, in my opinion. So yeah, I've definitely looked at him as well. But again, it's not really setting the world alight, and I don't know if it's worth using one of my precious free transfers. And I'm saving as many as I can to get in the Arsenal boys in Game Week 6 and also get in Haaland in Game Week 7. Or maybe game week 6 with how he's doing. If he does something against Arsenal, then I'm really going to be tempted to get him in a week earlier than anticipated. Captaincy is on Salah. I will be honest, it's probably between him, Palmer and Watkins for the captaincy. I haven't really considered any of the others. Bumo don't have Spurs is an all right fixture, but I don't think it's captaincy material. João Pedro is a minutes risk at the moment. Rodgers hasn't returned, and Saka's got a really tough fixture against City. So it is definitely between those 3. I think I'm probably closest between Salah and Watkins. Watkins looks to be in really good form now. Looked really good in the Champions League again midweek. Had a goal very cruelly disallowed for a very, very light handball. So, yeah, I am optimistic on Watkins getting a return there. Wolves' defence hasn't looked pretty good. He did have ice on his ankle. It was probably just a precautionary thing. We'll get more information nearer the deadline after the Friday press conferences probably. But, yeah, I think it is mostly between Salah and Watkins for the captaincy. Salah, I've been a little bit put off, I won't lie, from the previous game. It's just a reminder that can happen with Salah, that he can just go absolutely quiet, and that Liverpool do have a tendency to do that in some games. They can be in absolutely firing form and then all of a sudden go incredibly quiet. I don't know if Bournemouth will be one of those, but I'm not 100% on the armband there for Salah. Palmer away to West Ham. I'm just really hopefully can get a return. Again, given it's an away game, I don't think I'll go there for the captaincy, but I'm just hoping he does the damage over Haaland, who's got such a tough fixture next week. I'm hoping this is the week I can catch back up. Still going to keep Saka away at Man City. Man City have been conceding goals. I am hopeful that Saka can get a return there, but no biggie if he doesn't, because his fixtures coming up are brilliant, and that's the main reason why I have him. Rodgers, please can he get a return at some point? Again, not a massive concern for me, but I'll tell you what, in game week 7, when Villa's fixtures change, he might be on the chopping block. And to be honest, I am looking around at some certain assets who are looking pretty good. I've got my eyes on McNeil from Everton, who is not really a player I've ever considered in FPL, but he's been playing more centrally in the previous games. And Everton just have this thing with their central player. Seems to be doing really good. I think Harrison played there for a little bit and did all right. Decore, I remember playing in that central point and going on a real hot streak. I think it was either last season or the season before that. So McNeil is definitely in my thoughts. I think he's got the highest either chances created or expected assists in the league so far. He's creating a lot of chances and he's also taking shots. So I really like the look of McNeil there. Potentially over Rodgers. I have 0.3 in the bank, which is not quite enough to just go Rodgers to McNeil, unfortunately. The other one I'm looking at is Carvalho, who from Brentford. He's gone down to 4.5 million now. Scored a great goal in the midweek cup fixture. With the injury to Visser, there will probably be some shake-up in the Brentford side, and there could very much be a spot in that starting 11 for Carvalho. And for just 4.8 million, he could be incredibly good value and hopefully get more returns than Rodgers is getting at the moment. Like I said, Bumo, it's an all right fixture, not captaincy material, but happy to play him against Spurs. They can definitely concede some goals. Watkins, potential captaincy material, really happy to have him in the team. And João Pedro, hopefully he is fit. I don't really like playing Muniz over him in terms of if he's not fit. If João Pedro isn't fit, I will probably transfer him out. Oh, no, actually, sorry, no. João Pedro's 5. He was 5.5. He might be 5.7 now, but it will be Muniz going because he's worth more. And then I'll be looking at that 6 million price point for forwards. Visser was the top one on my list, but obviously he's injured now, so I can't go for him. I do really like the look of Nketiah. And as I mentioned, Mateta. I think Mateta is an excellent player. He's a real differential now at the moment. A lot of people don't seem to like him for being a bit too streaky in terms of players. He's not proven enough. I just really like him as a player. I think he's very clinical. He can have that talisman ability, and he very much is showing that if he's taking penalties off of Eze as well, I think he can become the main threat for Palace. But Nketiah as well has got my eye. He is at that price point where I could just do one move, Muniz to Nketiah. The fixtures aren't the best for Crystal Palace, but Nketiah is taking a lot of shots in his 2 games he's already played, and I think he's going to get a lot of minutes in that Crystal Palace side. He was their record signing as well, so he's clearly not come to just sit on the bench. He's come to be a starter. So yeah, I do like the look of Nketiah as well. So the likelihood is I don't use this transfer. If everyone's fit, I'm probably just going to roll. And then, like I said, I'm going to look at those Game Week 6 fixtures when everyone's wildcarding, basically, and have my own mini wildcard. I'm not too sure I like calling it that, but that's what it feels like. I'll probably make 3 or maybe even all 4 transfers in one go to get in those Arsenal players. And I will have to consider which ones they are, because I don't want to remove Watkins, because Watkins next week has got Ipswich, and Game Week 7, that's when Villa's fixtures turn. That's when Haaland goes on his mental streak. Man City have that great run of fixtures, so that's when he's coming in. So I can't get rid of Watkins because he's my route back into Haaland. So yeah, let me know who you think I should be starting out of those defenders, and if I should be making a transfer on one of the either the 4.5 defender or the 6 million forward, or maybe getting rid of one of the premiums. I'm kind of happy just holding on to the 3 of them for now, but I mean, Son has really caught my eye as well. Player that nobody's going to have. Brentford at home is a nice captaincy option as well. If I really think that Son's going to have a good game, I could go there as quite a radical play. Probably for Palmer, I'd imagine it would be making way there. So yeah, lots to think about. Moving on to the mini league team of the game week. Again, it's really nice having so many players in the mini league this week because we have some really good scores every single game week. The top score here from Tiger, 91 points. Remember, I got 39. Yeah, 91 points. Absolutely ridiculous game week there in the top 10k for the game week, which was super, super good. And just look at the returns of the team. He still had, by the way, 4 blanks there, 3 of them getting 1 point. He's got Raya and Edison. He's paid 11 million for the goalkeepers. So a really interesting strategy here from Tiger. Obviously, he's got Gabriel for that 15-pointer. He's got the main scorers, apart from Watkins, I guess, in terms of the points. Raya as well. He had the double Arsenal defence, really nicely played there. Raya getting 9 points. He does have McNeil for that 12-point haul. Amazing pickup there. Souček getting a blank, unfortunately, but Garnacho and Fernandez, the Man United assets, finally returning. They all shared the goals as well. So none of them got a massive haul, apart from Anana, who obviously saved a penalty. None of them got a massive haul, but they all return a nice amount of points, which in a game week like this is really, really nice. Bumo getting a blank, but yeah, Mateta and Captain Haaland up front, both getting a brace. So it was a really nice game week. And a very interesting bench as well, with Calafiori and Stones on the bench, as well as Trippier. I mean, I'm beginning to think, is this an auto pick team? Because he's got the 2 most expensive goalkeepers and 5 premium defenders. I hadn't really thought about that, but this might be an auto pick team. He's not got a single premium midfielder, but obviously he's absolutely smashed it. So fair play to you, Tiger. Really good score. And then obviously the team of the game week leaderboard. Nobody who's already got a top 20 finish in the top 20 this game week, so we've only just added on the medals. There was a tie though for 3rd place, so as you can see there are 5 bronze medals now, so that's shaped things up a little bit, but again, it is just mainly those players who have won one of the game weeks with a gold medal who are leading the pack. None of the others have made a top 20, and obviously Tiers Simono is the only player so far to have 2 top 20s with a 3rd place finish as well in terms of the medals. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like and get subscribed to the channel if you are enjoying the content and you wish to see more. Let me know about your moves down in the comments. Who is your captain this game week? I really think it's quite a tough one for me personally. I don't think there's a real standout option unless it's Salah and you ignore the previous form. And who is your sneaky transfer in this week? Are you considering someone like a McNeil or a Leif Davis like I am? Or is there somebody who is going completely under the radar that we should all be talking about a bit more? So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next FPL video.